Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with an updated deck profile, and today I'll be showing you guys my Deskbots. So I'll do this deck profile a bit differently, to where instead of showing you the cards and explaining my card choices as I go, I'll actually show you the entire main deck first, and I'll go back and explain some of the key card choices and changes I made from the previous deck profile. So starting off with the Deskbot monsters, we have the 1001, 00002, 00003, 00004, 0005, 0006, 1007, 0008, and then finally the 1009. Then to round out the monsters, we have the triple Max C. For spells, we have the triple Deskbot base, triple terraforming, triple machine duplication, double twin twisters, and finally the one upstart goblin. For traps, we have the triple rivalry of the warlords, double solemn strike, and then finally the one solemn warning. So that, of course, is a 40-card main deck. It's 22 monsters, 12 spells, and 6 traps. So I'll start off with explaining the trap lineup. The biggest thing I wanted to do with this deck was to give it a better meta matchup. Because, of course, you look at Rivalry of the Warlords, and it's just a really good floodgate right now. Arguably the best floodgate in the game. It doesn't affect your deck at all because it's all machines. It's a card that is really good defensively because it keeps your opponent from spamming the board and potentially can keep you alive long enough to OTK your opponent. It's also a card that gives you another win condition where if you can keep like a big Deskbot monster on board with Rivalry, or even the Cyber Dragon Infinity with a Rivalry, you can potentially just win the game off of that. The 2 Solemn Strike and 1 Solemn Warning are just generically good cards for negating summons and negating effects. Strike especially pretty good against the Cosmo matchup. Then the reason for the free Deskbot base and free terraforming is to basically make sure that our consistency is as maximum potential as possible, and also to reduce our amount of bricking as well. Because of course Deskbot base has the Cosmo Town-like effect where we can shuffle back dead Deskbot cards in our hand to draw that many cards. The free terraforming kind of acts like a bit of a pseudo upstart goblin, because if we have a base on field and a terraforming, we can terraforming a base from our deck and then use base's on-field effect to shuffle back the base in our hand and any other Deskbot cards in our hand that we don't want to be able to draw more cards. It also makes it to where that it increases our chances to have multiple base, or like a base in a terraforming, to where if we say draw machine duplication later, we can just set a Deskbot base on top of our one on field, to where our Deskbots won't get the attack boost, and then we can machine duplication any Deskbot on field from there. So that's the reason for that. Then the triple Max C, of course, is here to maximize consistency. No Gen X Ally Birdman and no Speedroid Menko. I feel like Rivalry is just a better defensive and controlling card than Menko. And then Gen X Ally Birdman, it's good for combos with 003 and 002, but it's not really an integral part of the deck, so that's why I couldn't really justify the space to play it. The Deskbot lineup is pretty much standard. Was considering playing the free 006, but just the scale effect and monster effect isn't really good enough. And I do like 008, the ability to be able to attack to my opponent's monsters, which can potentially be an OTK in of itself. This is it for the main deck. So now going on to the extra deck. Starting off with the Synchros, we have the 1 Herald the Arclight. This is here to go into with Deskbot 001 and 003. Just in general, it can be a really good card to just negate anything by tributing it. Also makes it to where any monster that would be sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard is banished instead. It's going to be really good against matchups like Burning Abyss. Next for 5s, we have the 1 Materia Beast and the 1 Ally of Justice Cataster. Beast is obviously here because all of our monsters are Earth, and being able to negate spells in certain matchups can just be a game winner. And Ally of Justice Cataster is here to give us a machine synchro to go into if we're under Rivalry of the Warlords, and it can be good against some rogue matchups that aren't dark heavy because it can beat over any non-dark monster in battle. You can also consider a Speedroid Chunbara because it is also a level 5 machine that can attack twice. Next for 6s, we have the 1 Materia Barkion for those trap heavy decks, and the 1 Metaphyst Horus. If we use 001 and 005, we get both the effect to negate a face-up card on the field permanently, and also to be able to make our opponent give us a monster that they control. So Metaphyst Horus really good specifically in this deck for being able to get 2 out of its 3 effects. Then for our 7, we have the 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. Really good in the Cosmo and Brilliant Abyss matchups to just shut down their monster effects during the battle phase. We can also use it to special summon a Deskbot card from our Pendulum Scale as well, especially good with 005 to be able to pop a back row. Next we have the 1008. Obviously we're going to be using our Deskbot 001 and one of our, at least one of our scales to be able to go into it. We can use a 1 and a 7, or we can use like a 1, a 5, and a 2. Just really good to be able to shuffle a card back on the field without targeting by popping one of our scales, popping one of our pendulum monsters, or potentially popping one of our opponent's scales. Next we have the 1 Trishula. There's a bunch of different ways to go into it in this deck, and just in general it's just a really good card. Then for the final synchro with the 1 Deskbot Jet. Really good if you already have a bunch of Deskbot cards on field and in hand, because you can pop like one of your scales, especially 5 and 6, to get their effects off, to special summon any Deskbot monster from deck. You can also pop your base if you have machine duplication in hand, or you just want to get base off the field. And then similar to 001, it can actually get pretty big on its own with its attack boosting effect. So that's it for synchros. For XYZs, starting off with rank 2, we have the 1 Sky Cavalry Centauria. Really good if we have multiple 002s on board and we just want to clear up some monster space. Just probably the best generic rank 2 to go into. Can also help us get over bigger monsters. Next, for rank 4s, we have the 1 Geargigon X, useful for searching any of our lower level Despots, usually 003. The 1 Abyss Dweller and the 1 Castel, which is good generic rank 4s. Then to round out the extra deck with rank 5s, we have the 1 Nova and the 1 Infinity for our Despot 005 plays. So that's it for the extra deck. Now to wrap it up with the side deck. So starting off, we have the 2 Effect Veiler. Really good against Rogue matchups, good against Monarchs, good against Pendulums, and also a good card to draw off of Max C. Next we have the 2 System Down for the Cosmo matchup, Cleave for Demise matchup, and also for the Mirror match if we do ever happen to run into that. Next we have the 1 Regeki, good for going second if we're going against a matchup like Monarchs where they can set up a Floodgate monster like Majesty's Fiend or Vanity's Fiend on us. Next we have the 1 Twin Twister, just basically the third one on the side for any like Floodgate heavy or just back row heavy matchup like any of the Demise decks. Next we have the 2 Chaos Shrapple. This will be a side-in card for Solemn Strikes if we're playing against Monarchs or against Burning Abyss. Next we have the 2 Imperial Iron Wall for the Cosmo and Monarch matchup. Next we have the 2 Magic Deflector for the Monarch matchup, and also for an anti-Twin Twister card to protect our Floodgates and our Scales. Next we have the 2 Master Restrict for the Monarch matchup. And to round out the side deck, we have the 1 Soul Drain for the Brilliant Abyss, Cosmo, and Mermail matchup. So that's it for this updated deck profile for Despots. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.